I quit porn because a simple, possibly fake internet quote from President Eisenhower changed the way I fought addiction. I am a regular 21-year-old dude who goes to a regular university. I'm about to tell you how I managed to quit porn after struggling with it every single day since I was 8 years old. I know I've written a lot, but I will stand by this method until the day I die, so please give it a chance. First off, here is the 3-sentence story that told me how to quit porn. Whether it is true or not, I have no idea because I read it on the internet. Paraphrased, President Eisenhower smoked like a train. He was a 4-packs a day smoker. One time the doctor told him that the cigarettes were, obviously, doing a number on his heart, so Eisenhower quit cold turkey. When asked how he managed to quit, he would say, "I never allowed myself to think about smoking again. I thought that was about the stupidest thing I've ever read at first, but it stuck with me. Eventually I realized that it actually was about the smartest thing I've ever read." Listen guys, I was doing all the things you are supposed to do to quit porn. I made sure not to bring my phone into my bedroom with me. I would use a porn filtering browser. I turned off NSFW content on Reddit. And I would try all the very good tips and tricks I would see on this subreddit. Change requires sacrifice, yet none of these changes were doing jack for me because I wasn't guarding the most important contributor to addiction, my mind. This was my problem. I would allow myself to crave porn and then get mad at myself when my flimsy safeguards didn't actually prevent me from getting what I wanted during my urge. And course they didn't. I'm not a monkey. I can figure out how to get porn if I really want to, regardless of the safeguards I have in place. These safeguards are good measures to have, but they do nothing to fight the root of the problem, the thought. Once that nasty little thought weasels its way into your brain, it becomes an urge. Anyone who has tried to quit an addiction knows how dangerous an urge can be. Once you have the urge to do something, you are in serious trouble. The thoughts that lead to urges will pop up without warning. You know what? Why not have a drink? You have all evening to yourself after all. It's a rainy, cold, boring day, isn't it? A perfect day to go tokay up in a friend's basement to play some video games. Hey, I don't know if you've noticed, but it'd be a perfect night to go pick up a pack of cigarettes and smoke a few on the balcony. Oh, all I'm saying is you have a lock on your bedroom door, a fully charged phone, and the sex drive of a friggin' ape. These thoughts are not harmless. They are poison. This is quite literally how an urge is born. If you let that thought get processed into an urge by your brain, that urge is going to be near impossible to get out of your head. It will take control over you as those good old pleasure chemicals start pumping out into your body. You begin to realize that you want to cave, you need to cave. You feel so frustrated that it hardly seems worth it to resist the urge if the alternative is feeling like you do now. We all know the feeling, we have all been there many times, we have all lost a good streak to an urge like this. This subreddit is full of awesome ways to fight the urge when it inevitably slips through. I don't mean to downplay the importance of fighting urges. I'm just suggesting a new angle to consider. Don't target the urge. The urge is just the ugly flower to the even uglier seed of the thought. Target the thought. Any Harry Potter fans out there? Take a page from Mad-Eye Moody's book, Constant Vigilance. Always be on guard against the thought of porn. Teach yourself to become quick to destroy even the beginning of a thought about porn before your brain has time to register what happened. Trick your own brain, it really is easier than you might think. Do whatever you need to do to stop that thought from completely forming. Sit up and shake your head around. Jump up and run around. Close your eyes and go, "Ella." Anything to jolt yourself from finishing that thought about porn. It needs to be quick. You only have a split second to act before the thought is able to get in. It is going to be hard at first. You will have to be constantly fighting off the thoughts of porn for days before it gets better. But it will get better, I absolutely swear it will. You will get better at fighting the thoughts of porn. Then you will experience the urges less often. Then you will think more clearly. This is the best example I can think of that relates to what I am trying to explain. You and your friends are up the night before a big history exam studying because you all are slackers. One of your friends wants to explain this nice memory mnemonic to you guys. He says, you can remember that the capital of Kentucky is Lincoln because Abraham Lincoln was from Kentucky. Aha! That is an excellent way to remember that the capital of Kentucky is Lincoln. You can already feel that useful little thought burning itself into your memory so that you will never ever forget that the capital of Kentucky is Lincoln because of that one little thought that you are currently letting burn into your head. Wait and oh, another friend suddenly yells. The capital of Kentucky isn't Lincoln, it is Frankfort. Frick. You immediately have to purge that original thought of Lincoln being the capital of Kentucky out of your head, otherwise you will mess that up until the day you die. Purge, you think frantically, you think of a million other things too. Anything you can do to disrupt the incorrect thought from searing itself into your head. You were able to purge the incorrect thought and replace it with a different thought before it got completely absorbed into your mind. Well done. This is the reaction we should have when porn crosses our mind. Get it out ASAP. Don't let it in. No one is home, come again, never. I know it sounds like nonsense, but humor me. Give it your all and see what happens. Keep the original safeguards you had, but train your mind to kill the thought of porn before it can even become a thought. Once this becomes your habitual response to the thought of porn, you will finally be free of the power it has over you. Hey, I'm not saying I'm perfect. A thought will still seep through from time to time. The only difference now is that my brain is so quick to distract and shut the thought down that it doesn't have nearly the same effect as it did before, even though it has been months since I have looked at porn. I'm never going to let my guard down. I can't afford to slip, and I don't want to slip. This isn't something you do for a couple months until you are in the clear. It's a change of lifestyle that you instate for the rest of your life. I hope this impacts at least one person like it impacted me.